Hi guys, Dan with eBike Nation. Hey, let me know if you guys would like me to do some hill climbing with this Van Powers Grand Teton. And I will do a video here first of next week. And yeah, I want to show you the hills that we're going to be climbing here. So put some comments down there what you guys think of these hills. And would you like to see the hill climbing jumps on the Grand Teton?
22, 23, 24, 25. Woo! Let's see, she's almost 26 miles per hour. And it's still climbing, and I'm on a very flat surface. We're cruising along 26.6 miles per hour in boost mode. So we'll drop her back down. I've got my turn signals hooked up to the helmet. And I also put some bar end mirrors on the bike. I didn't really want to get out and ride too much more until I get some mirrors on this thing. So fortunately, on the end of the handle grips, you just unloosen the screw a little bit there that holds the grip on, and you can slide your mirrors after you take the little caps off. Slide the mirrors right in there and tighten it down. Again, I use Briskmore mirrors. That's my favorite. And I can see everything going on both sides of me now. Hopefully today we can get a little drone coverage in if it's not too terribly windy. So we're going to drop her down to eco mode and see what that feels like. I am slowing down just a little bit, but I do know at 17 miles an hour, I'm definitely having to put more pressure on them pedals, and I can certainly feel it in this mode. But once I bump it up to sport mode, I definitely have less resistance on my legs, but I still feel it, so I can certainly still get the exercise that I need. We'll probably be doing about 13 to 14 miles today. I made sure the battery was charged all the way up. This is Tuesday. We're probably around 60 degrees today. So we've got some really much warmer weather today. So we're certainly get some hints of spring here. Guy was nice enough to wait, but there was another car coming, so I just let him go by. Let me tell you a couple things that this bike has. It's got a 750 watt rear brushless hub motor. It's got a 48 volt, 14.7 amp hour battery that sits in the bottom of the down tube. It has got an app. It's got a great app called Van Life. And I'm seeing more and more bike companies starting to put out apps, which is really good. Of course, I'll put a description for you and a link down at the bottom of the video for you guys. I'll put a discount code down there for you, actually. It's got front adjustable suspension with lockouts. It's got Tektro hydraulic brakes. It's got pedal assist eco to sport to boost. It's got mountain style handlebars on it. Really great grips on this bike. As you guys can see, the brakes are really good. It's got 26 by 4 inch, I believe they're CST fat tires. It's got a thumb throttle on the left side here, as you guys can see it. And of course your display is right down here. And it's got an information center for you as well to tell you trip time. I believe this one also tells you, of course, a total trip time that you've been on the bike. But we'll talk about it a little bit more once we get up to the park. Got a guy coming down here in a trike. How you doing?
How yourself?
Good. How you liking that buzz?
I'm liking it very much. I shopped around and everybody else started out with bad directions. These guys started out with good directions. Few things I might engineer differently, but I'm real happy with it.
I love that this thing has got a mid-drive motor.
Yeah, and a rear wheel differential.
Yep.
Yeah.
20-inch in the back, or maybe 18.
I'm not sure.
And it's got a 24-inch tire in the front.
Not elbow wide it is in the
Yeah. But I see you all the time out on the road, Spalding Road, and I see you on the bike trail. But
you know, when I had a loaner for a couple, 3 weeks, but it gave me a brand new bike instead, you know what I mean? And, but real good warranty there. Whitman's is their distributor.
yeah, down in Miamisburg.
Yeah.
Their company's out of Miamisburg.
Yeah, okay.
Buzz is, they're out of Miamisburg.
And you know that they're by Huffy, you know.
Huffy Corporation, yes. That was bought by, I believe they were just bought by United Motors. But anyway, they changed names a lot.
Right. I have a curiosity. We got this Buzz Volkswagen van electric vehicle. How do they get away with the same name if they're not?
I don't know. I have not seen that out there.
Yeah, I read about it in
I'll be darned.
In the business section, you know.
Yeah.
They got a new car that they, you know, talk about every time. And I thought, wow, that looks cool, you know.
Yeah, it very well made bike. These Buzz. I had one just like this one about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wound up giving it to a guy in church because he needed transportation to work and back. But
Got one of these.
exact same bike.
Well, good for you.
But that's, you know, is something that, you know, he really needed the transportation.
Yeah, I can dig it, yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to stop and say hi to you.
It's a sizable gift. Thank you
Yes.
for him, you know.
Yep.
Thank you for all of us. You know what I mean?
Well, you know,
We're all one. It comes around, goes around.
well, it comes around, goes around for sure. All right, you have a good day, sir.
They say.
That was not the Garage, that was the Buzz. Their version of the trike. And I tell you, I really enjoyed that trike, but as I mentioned to him back there, I wound up giving it to somebody in church because they needed transportation to work or back, and they were like 5 miles up, 5 miles back. So it's one of those things that you just do. I want to talk to this park ranger up here real quick, and so I can talk to him about something. Hey, I got a question for you. I ran into a guy last week that said that drones were not allowed in the park. Now, I have a selfie drone that only goes 10 to 15 feet around me. Is that considered still not acceptable in the park?
So,
I know about the eagle and everything. He told me about that.
right. What do you mean by a selfie drone?
I've got a selfie drone that lands and takes off from my hand.
Oh.
It'll do a circular around me. It'll go no more than 15 feet high, period.
Yeah. So, obviously, you know, I have to tell you technically, but I'm going to be honest with you.
Unless somebody complains.
Unless somebody complains, we're not really going to.
Yeah, I mean, he was nice about it, but he said drones are not allowed in the park, and he didn't
They're technically not allowed because
of the eagles and
just, you know, you have to pull a special permit if you want to utilize one in the park.
Wow.
Or whatever.
I get that. Well, I'm glad to hear that actually.
Yep.
So I know because you can't go around the Air Force Base. I don't even care how low this thing flies.
Right.
So what I usually do is to go to the other end of the park where the river is right there before it makes the bend. And I figure that is up pretty well out of the park there.
Yeah, like I said, unless somebody complains, most of us aren't going to really care.
And he said, you know, that's the regulations. And I said, you know, I'll respect that. I won't fly my drone in this area.
Right.
And but I wanted to find out from a park guy, and the first time running into you.
Yep.
And
yeah, so, like I said, part of the reason why is because it's a natural area. We try to like
Exactly.
keep it as such,
Yes.
and then people don't, you know, if we allowed people to fly drones out here, there'd be 20 drones flying around at any given point in time.
Unfortunately, a lot of these guys have controllers. I don't even have a controller.
Yeah.
It'll only do what I tell it to do in the circumference. It'll follow me. It'll be in front of me, and that's it. It doesn't fly up into the top of a tree where a eagle may be nesting. But the guy said he actually scared that mother off that nest with his drone. And I'm thinking, why would anybody do that? That's an offense that.
That's a federal offense.
That's a federal offense. That's not just state.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I wanted to get your input on that. I will try to stay towards the other end of the park, where the river is, where it's away from the park.
Yeah.
And that way it, because that's really not the park once you get down, all the way down before it makes the bend.
Are you talking
Under the overpass.
Yeah, going underneath Harshman.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I mean, anywhere along the bike path, we have authority over.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just wanted to touch bases with you and find out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically drones are not permitted, but like I said,
They should have some signage up somewhere, but they don't.
they do in different places.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let him through.
Yep. So.
But that's good. I just wanted to touch bases with you, and I'll go on with my day.
All right, you take care, sir.
You have a good one.
All right.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. He pretty much confirmed it. You're not really supposed to have drones in the park. So, with that said, I will go on past the area that I normally fly so I can get some footage. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to go towards downtown, but we're not going far down here. But this way, once I get up here, I'll be away from the main park itself, shall we say. Actually, I got an area right back here. I want to do a little drone footage. It looks like a nice little grass area, so we're going to go on up here. Ride through the grass here a little bit. Got a little gravel road that goes on down around the down to the river here. So I'll go on down here and see if we can get a little footage of the bike itself and me on the bike. So yeah, right up here is where we're going to get a little thumbnail, and very nice area to fly. Let me bump off the bike here and get it down to 0. But you can just see how beautiful it is down here. You've got the river, of course, that comes down from the north. Used to be an overpass right there at one time, many, many years ago. And the water's kind of low right now. I've seen it much higher than this before. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the other camera out and talk about the Van Powers Grand Teton. So guys, I'll be back here in a few minutes, and when I get done with my ride, I'm going to give you my final thoughts. So I'll get the other camera out and we'll talk about this thing, what it's got. A couple improvements I'd like to see. So yeah, we'll see you here in just a little while. Okay guys, let me talk about this fabulous Van Powers Grand Teton. Let's get into this bike and what it has. This bike has got a 750 watt rear hub motor down here in the back, and it's got a 48 volt 14.7 amp hour battery sits in the down tube here. To take the battery out, you just turn the key, little latch right here in the front, and the battery drops right out. So you can either charge this on the bike or off the bike. It has got a charging port down here. First one I've ever seen like this. So you can charge it on the bike, take the battery out, and again charge it off the bike.
It has got 26 by 4-inch fat tires on it. And the brand on these, I think, are CST, which are very good quality bike tires. It's also got pedal assist with the up and down bar here. You got Eco, you've got Sport, and you got Boost. This does not have pedal assist levels. Those are the three that will give you the best performance of the bike when you're in. I like Sport mode, but people might like the Eco mode. And again, the Boost mode is you're going to be drain your battery faster, but it's going to get you pretty good speed as well. It has got a torque sensor. The more I ride bikes with torque sensors, the more I like them. They do such a good job. You're going to get more effort into the pedaling. You're going to get more exercise into your legs and your whole core, your body actually. Getting back, it's got hydraulic front suspension forks with adjustables and lockouts, which is really nice. It has got on the left side here is your thumb throttle. It's got Tektro hydraulic brakes. Very good quality brakes. It's also got your CUES derailleur. I believe that's a Shimano derailleur actually. And it's also got a guard over here. I'll show you real quick of this guard. I've never seen one like this, but I really like it. It bolts right here. That protects your derailleur, guys. So you don't, if you wreck this bike, and I have before without the derailleur guard, and wound up replacing a derailleur. It's got 180 millimeter rotors, front and back. It's got metal fenders, which I really like. It's got your headlight here. If I can get this turned on. There's your headlight. Now I want to show you something really cool here. You can see these lights are lit up on the back frame. You hit the brakes, that's what it does. I have never seen brake lights incorporated into the frame. So they did a really, really good job the way they designed that. It's got plastic pedals, doesn't matter to me either way. I love this color, the way this black incorporates into the red. This is a Class 2 bike actually. And it's also got your trigger shifter up here on the right side, which is very nice. Now I put these bar end mirrors on because I didn't want to ride without mirrors. So there's little caps that you pop out on both sides and you just put in your bar end mirrors. Very easily done. It's got a great comfortable saddle that'll go up probably to somebody ride 6'5", 6'6", I believe. This here is a mystery. I have not found out online what this is for. You cannot pop this out. I don't know if this is something they're going to add features to in the future. So if anybody out there has that answer for me, put a comment down there. I'd like to know that. And if Van Powers, you're watching, you tell me why it's there. Again, this is the Van Powers Grand Teton. Again, it's probably the best 26-inch bike I've reviewed. And I don't say that to get these bikes from these manufacturers. I don't. I do this for the health and the well-being of seniors and people with disabilities that want to get out and ride instead of sitting on the couch eating potato chips. Look how this back rack was incorporated in design. That's different. Usually you see that squared off, but this one's a little different. So anyway, I'll show you a quick mode of the, get the camera back down here, of the pedal assist. Right here is up and down. You go to eco, to sport, to boost. I've used about 14% of the battery, and I've come about 6 miles. That's kind of average. I was riding some in boost and some in sport, so I'm going to use a little more battery there. You got your information center here. We'll tell you your trip time, how many miles you've gone, your odometers, how fast you was going. I got up to 26.7 mile per hour, and that's 26.7 actually is on the total odometer is what I've got. Total trip time is 21 minutes, and the average speed was 17. I burned 139 calories. My max speed was 26.7, average power 968 watts. So that's a nice little information center to help you guys out there a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this thing. It is a fabulous bike. Again, a little shot of the river here and the old overpass they had here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. It's a beautiful bike. I love riding this thing. I'll put a link down in the description box. You guys can go to the company. I got a discount code down there for you guys. So yeah, I really think you ought to look into picking you one of these up. So yeah, I want you guys to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next ride adventure.